I talked to some of the coaches before games. They're getting excited, and it really is the best time of year.
You could bet. I mean, coaching over at the Lightning with my 18U guys, there's a lot of chatter amongst the group. Pretty much whole team is part of the Nassau League, and there's definitely some big rivalries within the group. We got Long Beach guys, we got Belmont Merritt guys, we got Rockville Center guys, Valley Stream guys. So, it makes for a good time at practice, and I can tell you that this is priority number one for these guys, is fighting for a county championship.
Absolutely. It's school pride, town pride, community pride, and there's nothing more special than wearing your school's uniform,
Absolutely.
And we're just about ready to go here at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center. Puck down, first period underway, play-in round. New York Islanders High School Hockey League. It's the Cyclones who win the opening draw. Storm looked to get right in on the forecheck. Stopped up at the red, touched over to Will Algazzini, and he fights off a check, pops to Steinberg, and he puts it off the glass. Trying to go blocker side on Schmidt. Stretched over to Rick. He'll have to stop it in his skates. Plays it to Johnson. Takes a kick off the glass, and he backhands it in. Scooped up, and it's Bone hard around the boards. Christopher Bone wears 27. Nicholas wears 19. Storm out. Steinberg over the red. Backhands it deep. 5 off, 5 on for VSSL. Now the Cyclones carry the puck. Minute gone here in the first. Regan drags, puts one wide. Scooped up off the wall, comes up the boards, and Conroy's there to get it out. Chips one to Volaro. He tries a one-handed pass. Reading that one perfectly, Ilyich, who plays it back for a reset. Cyclones back around to the near side. Still looking to clear. Nice job by the Storm. Scarcella right on the hash marks. Goldstein on a backhand pass. Held in. Conroy turns to the net. Slides one to Scarcella. Scarcella spins, sticked away by Schmidt. Held at the point. That one's blocked by Goldstein. Goldstein starts the rush, puts one off the boards, trying to put it into space for Sobel. Icing gets waved. Sobel and Bone come together. Cyclones held it in, but Storm right out. Bone jumped the pass, carried in offside, and 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Coach, seems like both sides getting their bearings under them a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a feeling out process. You see a lot of dump-ins, a lot of, trying to get in on the forecheck, trying to establish some game here. It's difficult. You haven't played each other during the regular season, so you're really not sure what the other side has.
That's a phenomenal point. That's the interesting part about this playing round. You got teams from the VC2 and the VC1 facing off. You don't see them in the regular season. This is a brand new team that you have to face. You're going back, you're watching the LISN film and scouting the game tape.
100%. 100%. So we'll see who can establish some kind of forecheck, who can establish some offensive zone. It's going to come down to how many shots and pucks they get to the net here. That's going to be important for both teams.
Algazzini drives in, like we talked about during warm-ups. Hot goalie in playoffs, always trouble, and Schmidt makes a breadbasket save on Steinberg.
Yep. Well, Schmidt is one of my goalies over at the Lightning. I had the opportunity to see him all year. He's an athletic guy, big goalkeeper, super strong, and he takes up a lot of net.
Looks like we're having a minor clock issue here. Draw left of Schmidt. Algazzini was trying to go forward with it. Pops in the air, glove down. Storm out front. Nobody there, splits the D, pops out to the red line, and Valley Stream will reset. Looking long for Zoles, missed his tape, and it's Rose for the Cyclones. A D-to-D pass right up the ice. A touch pass into space. Trying to dangle through. Unsuccessfully, now at the point, deflected, goes over the net. Steinberg, a lot of speed, got the stick lifted by Finnegan, gets the blue line, dumps it, and the forwards make a change for the Cyclones. Fired in deep by the Storm. Rose first to it. Turnover forced behind the net. Nice recovery, but it pops off the heel of the stick of Rick. Now he's battling with Algazzini. Algazzini, 2 defenders on him. Trying to spin the captain. Now it's Steinberg. A spinning shot, stopped up. Rebound controlled by Schmidt, covers up. You like to see that from your goaltender early. The rebound control, keeping pucks in front of them, and steering pucks away, not letting them pop out into those grade A scoring areas.
You want to get comfortable. You want to see some pucks early. You want to get yourself in the game, and that seems he's in the game. Valley Stream's been inside the zone quite a bit so far, early part of the game.
Definitely. They've, like we said, after the first 2 minutes, kind of both teams getting their bearings under them, and Valley Stream seems to have gotten a little bit more comfortable here in the early going. Played around, Bone races over to hold the zone. It got blocked, and now racing ahead, Regan. Stops up, takes a shot, deflected off a stick on the way to the net. So over the head of Algazzini. Bone takes it from the same side it came from, hard off the boards. Goldstein on a D-to-D pass. It's kicked back by Johnson, looking for Goldstein, but it missed him. So Johnson will go back, scoop it himself. A lot of pressure, but he continues to wheel. Just a little bit too far in front. That allowed Bone to get it ahead. Now a potential 2-on-1 for the Storm. Conroy across. Villaro shot. Stopped there by Schmidt. He lost sight of the puck. Ended up in his blocker, and he'll take the whistle. Storm getting a few more shots on now.
And here the Valley Stream coach, he's looking for his guys to take the body on Nick Johnson. He's their big point scorer here, so they're going to try and slow him down, keep him off the score sheet tonight. That's going to be one of their keys for sure.
31 points in the regular season. Top scorer for RVC. Like you said, got to keep your eye on him, and I'm sure the Storm will do their best to man mark throughout the game. Right over the blue, a shot ramps up a stick, goes into the netting, out of play. Officials grab a new biscuit, and we'll have the face-off outside of the neutral zone, spectator side of the ice. Can the Cyclones get a few more shots, get some of their offense going as this first period continues to tick on? We got 9:35 left in the opening frame. Regan carries in, looking to split through. Knocked away. Sobel's shot gets blocked. Good job following it up. Regan with another chance off a body. Ilyich gloves it down. Leaves for Regan. Shot. Went wide. Foot race for it. Tyne gets there first. Clears. Took a deflection off Goldstein's stick, so it won't be an icing. He's back, and he's got a second to post up behind the net. Start a set breakout, but Steinberg hustles in and forces a turnover. Flipped in, and a brief change there for RVC. 3 fresh skaters on. Ahead for Steinberg, touch pass, Rose with a good stick. Coming over to help it though, Jake Zoles. Zoles carries in, a low shot, gets caught up underneath the pad of Schmidt. 8:38 period 1, we're still tied up 0-0. But again, the Storm, as the minutes tick on, getting more shots on goal, and definitely, Coach, feeling more comfortable in that offensive zone.
I think so, too.
And especially when you get into playoff hockey, late season hockey in general, I find that most games are won right there in the corners and in between the blue lines. Those 50-50 battles in the neutral zone is more important than ever.
It becomes extremely important. Those are the areas of the ice you got to win. You know, there's a lot of solid, real good one-on-one players in this league, but at the end of the day, it's going to take going to the net, winning your battles, taking care of those 50-50 pucks.
It's the name of the game, hockey. It's the best team sport for a reason. You need everybody on your bench. You can't rely on 1 or 2 guys. And the Storm doing a great job establishing some offensive zone time off the O-zone draw and continuing to get their forecheck and cycle going. Rose looking to send it around. Zoles is there first. Out front off the stick of Schmidt. Nice job clearing it to the hash marks. Steinberg backhands deep. Rose is there, jumped it, and is able to flip it out of the zone. Will allow some fresh legs for his team. Christopher Bone ahead. Backhander. Scarcella tries to glove it down. Bone skates into it. A backhand try, kicked away. Schmidt flexing out that right leg. A stretch pass, missed tape. First there is Tyne. Hard off the wall, looking for Scarcella. He just touches it out of the zone. Stalzer D to D. 7:05, first period. Over the blue. Algazzini save. Rebound is there, but pushed wide by Rick. Regan back with it. Trying to make a move. Johnson was following up, had it knocked away, and now a 2-on-1 chance for Valley Stream. Conroy driving the net. A shot low. Snagging it. Schmidt, great job.
I like the pace of the game.
It's good speed so far. You can tell that it's a playoff hockey game.
Up and down. Now, I only have experience, 2 games against Valley Stream, so I'm a little familiar with what they're doing. It's nice to see this Rockville Center team live and, see what they bring out here tonight.
Yeah, of course. You look at records, you look at stats, they only tell so much of the story. And you don't get the full picture from just looking stuff up on the internet and a sheet of paper. It's really about getting, like you said, eyes on the product and seeing what they bring to the table. As Johnson drags in, almost a nice move, showing off the mitts, but lost it in some skates. Scarcella looking to turn up ice. It's Bone who carries. Bone with the shot. Had some eyes, that puck.
Through the triangle.
Went just wide with it. And I'm not sure Schmidt had an easy time tracking that one either. That one off a stick. Algazzini just leaves it for Tyne. Storm get it out. Stalzer stops at the red. Quick up. Ilyich flips it in. Sobel will be F1. Racing after it with Tyne. Sobel on a stick lift. They're tied up. Ilyich joins, becomes a 2-on-2. Cycled around, first one to it, Nicholas Bone. Goldstein there, keeps it in. To Algazzini. One hand on the stick, protecting with the right shoulder. And continuing to drive north. Regan races across the left defenseman. And forcing the stick check just to slow Algazzini down. Now a one-on-one chance. A shot blocked by Bone. That was Christopher getting in the way. Turned over. Dangerous pass. Karan leaves it. Sobel trying to get to the backhand. Forced away. Great job there from Lawler. Steinberg to Algazzini. Fakes inside. Goes out. The Gretzky curl to Steinberg, who popped to the high slot. His shot hits the outside of the net. Ilyich there. Backhander around. Karan got stuck up on the boards there. And a battle commences. Puck lost in some skates before Algazzini digs it out. Gets to a lane. Shot blocked. Stays with it, though. Goes down. Nothing coming. Still fighting for the puck. Sobel flips, just trying to get the pressure out of his zone. It'll be an icing. And the Cyclones are going to be able to make a line change here. We got 4:17 left in the first period. Still searching for our first goal of this contest.
I'll tell you, Trev, they got the Billy Algazzini over here on Valley Stream. Been fortunate enough to coach him the last 4 years. He's a solid hockey IQ, plays a great up and down 200-foot game, and I think that's what they're going to need in order to beat this Rockville Center team tonight.
Definitely. As you can see, that the Cyclones have been very stingy. As a shot right off the draw, stopped by Schmidt, and John Schmidt's been phenomenal so far through the first 11 minutes of this game.
Absolutely. He's made some tough stops. He's controlled his rebounds well.
Snags that one with the glove.
There's another one.
He said it hasn't been easy for him. He's faced a lot of shots early on, and it seems that the Storm are doing a much better job of getting pucks to the net, getting a little bit more traffic as well, which obviously makes his life more difficult. But he's answered every single challenge thrown his way so far.
He's done a great job.
And Cyclones starting to find their game a little bit more, but still just stuck in the D zone, I think, a little bit more than they would like. Scarcella for Conroy. He'll drag and shoot, puts it over the shoulder of Schmidt. Played back into the corner. Rose is first there. Runs into Volaro. Scarcella cycles down. Conroy and Goldstein tie up. Wraparound try, wouldn't go. Held in by Tyne. He snaps one at the net, blocked. Conroy shoots, he scores! Conroy makes it 1-0 for the Storm with 3:31 to play in period 1.
I'll tell you, Trav, it starts with that play by number 97, Christopher Tyne. He holds that puck in at the blue line. That turnover there in the middle of the ice, that's turned around and ends up in the back of the Rockville center net. It's a great play by him.
Kept it in with the skates, got a nice shot on. It got blocked on the way to the net, but it was going there.
Yep.
Got blocked, hit a body, and his forwards kept doing the work, hunted the puck down. Conroy finds it, drags, changes the angle a little bit, and a good low shot beats Schmidt on the blocker's side. Had to wait a little while to get it, but it's 1-0 for Valley Stream. A turnover, Steinberg, good stick at the blue, and he's going to have plenty of time here. Finds the puck, leaves it for Algazzini. Deflected backdoor to Steinberg, just couldn't corral it. Took a couple hops. He spins and shoots, they score! Algazzini taps home the rebound. 2 goals in just 24 seconds for the Storm.
There's Billy Algazzini.
You were just talking about him, how he's a 200-foot player, how he can affect the game in a multitude of ways. And right there, it wasn't even him that started the play. Steinberg starts it here with the turnover at the blue. Steinberg was the one who took the shot, but it's Algazzini who gets to the right spot.
Yep. Steinberg makes the right play. He sees he's got a guy going to the front, just puts it there.
And like you said, high IQ player. Algazzini gets into the right areas, the loose ice, the free space, and he has his stick down ready to go. And just like that, the Storm up by 2. We got 2:50 left in the first. Spun hard around the boards. It's Johnson. He'll carry. Drop pass for Rick. Rick looking to go back to him. Ends up behind the net. To the high slot for Rick. Blocked.
Jay Rick has a big shot. You don't want to let that guy get it off.
You can see he's trying to find that free space, just like Algazzini did, so he can get that one-timer off. Cycled in deep and hard by Johnson. Reagan gets there. He sends it across, goes through the skates of Tyne. So the Cyclones continue to get the forecheck and pressure going. Johnson's shot just missed. Held in, deflected wide. Good hand-eye there from Rick. And here comes Algazzini breaking it out solo. Tucks the shoulder as he goes right to left. Beneath the goal line with it. Steinberg there to help. He'll take the puck. Steinberg on the backhand, blocked, and Schmidt covers.
It's a good answer from Rockville Center after that second goal. You want to have a good shift after you give one up. You want to get back out there. You want to get back to the way you're playing. Rockville Center showed it right there.
Definitely. Like we keep saying, though, I'm sure for the RVC coaching staff, the message has to be right now is we got to try to limit and gap up on the blue, force them to dump pucks in and not carry them in, and hopefully that helps limit some of that ozone time that we're giving the Storm right now. Rose with a good carry, leaves it for Finnegan. It's up against the wall in the skates of Finnegan now. He's battling, working hard, trying to free it. Pops out to the middle. And that one swatted out by the Storm. Cyclones will have plenty of time to regroup here. A long pass, just missed the tape of Chickmanaya. No icing. Finnegan plays the body on Lawler. Pop to the high slot. Nobody was home, so Fink's able to touch it across, and it's skated out. Chipped in deep by Belletta. Rose is there. Moves it for Stalzer. Final minute of the period. Chip past Lawler. Chance for RVC. Storm do a great job coming back with numbers. 45 seconds left, and the puck's out in the corner. Lawler will skate it. Redlining in, and we got 4 out of 5 coming off of the Storm. The defenseman Lawler stays in on the forecheck, hounding the puck. Played across, getting handcuffed a little bit there was Stalzer. Stays with it enough to get it out. Now a battle in front of the Cyclone bench. 20 seconds remaining. Rose stops, takes a bump from Conroy. Coming off the bench, scooping it, Ryan Scarcella ahead. Chance for Anthony, knocked away. Rick with 5 seconds left, drops it between his skates. He'll curl, high slot, Johnson, backhander wide, and the buzzer sounds.
That was some play between those two guys. Almost got one in the last 5 seconds. Those are the ones you don't want to give up last minute.
You never want to give one up in the first minute or the last minute of any period. And the Cyclones were very close right there. Great play by Rick. Like you said, he's got a good eye for the game. He pulled into the zone, saw he wasn't going to be able to take it to the net himself. A nice curl back, and Johnson finding some free ice. Makes a nice move to his backhand. Shot just missed. 2-0 after the first, Coach. I'd love to ask, what do you think for the Storm? Obviously, took them a little while to get going, but they had a lot of ozone success. What do you think the Cyclones got to do to limit that, start getting some ozone success of their own?
I think the Cyclones here, they need to work on getting some pucks deep. I think they need to get behind the Storm defensemen. I think they need to work from there. I think maybe work a little low to high. They got to have some of their bigger gun guys. They got to find themselves into some better spots, find some better open ice. And I think they need to really test Algazzini in the goal. And you don't test him, he gets comfortable.
For
and
sure.
then once he's comfortable, he's tough to beat.
And for the Storm, what's the message for them? You score 2 goals in a 23, 24-second time span late in the first period. Now you're entering period 2 up by 2. What's the message to not fall into some complacency and think that, we got a 2-goal lead, one more, we might be able to run away with this one. We're playing a VC2 team. We should book our ticket into the quarterfinals pretty easily.
Yeah, well, you can't think like that. It's playoff hockey, that's for sure. I think they just got to continue to do what they're doing. I think they've played a very smart game. They've kept it very simple, and they've limited their turnovers. And if you limit your turnovers, you're going to give yourself a good chance to win.
And I think they've been doing a lot of what you kind of just said RVC needs to do, is getting pucks behind the D and getting numbers on the puck.
Absolutely.
They've done a very good job of, especially beneath that goal line, of hounding the biscuit, and like we talked about in the first, those 50-50 battles, seems they're coming away with it a little bit more.
Yeah, listen, that's the way you win hockey games. It's playoff time. Those 50-50 pucks, I say all the time, it's not about skill on those 50-50 pucks. It's about heart, about pride. It's about determination. You win those pucks, you start to get confident. You feel good as a player, and you start winning those pucks. You start pulling those pucks out, start feeling good, and next thing you know, pucks are going in the net for you.
All about who wants it more in those situations. And we just got the update for the shots on goal total for the first period. For the Storm, 13. For RVC, just 4. So like we said, Cyclones definitely got to get more pucks on net, got to do more to test Algazzini.
Yep. Let's see what happens here with the long change. Sometimes that plays a factor. You catch teams off guard, changing their D, you get a forward behind them.
You never know how the long change could affect things. You're 100% right. As this second period does start, it's the Storm who possess. Rick knocks a pass down, but Algazzini's right there. Carries ahead. 3 Cyclones on him, force it away. And Rick, with a nice deflection to himself, has Johnson driving the net. Takes the shot, Algazzini save.
Icing here. Let's see how they come in off this face-off. Rockville Center runs a little a set play if they could win this back clean.
Coming off that icing. And like you said, big chance, ozone draw. Win it clean. Get some pressure here. Shot. They do win it clean, just a little too clean. Comes out to the neutral zone.
Seen that before.
back with Rose. He goes across to Regan. Off the boards, pops over Sobel. Algazzini to Bone, return pass intercepted by Sobel, but just touched a little bit too far ahead of himself. Tyne with a nice spin, forced away. A drop pass, Regan looking to go across, still looking for a shot off the glove of Algazzini and taken away by Steinberg.
That's what Rockville Center is going to need. They're going to need chances like that. They're going to need to create chances like that, and I think that's going to help them get back in this game.
Those gritty opportunities in front of the net. Comes off the boards. Karan takes a check from the point. They score! And the Storm, a fortunate hop, take a 3-0 lead.
There it is, Travis, again, pucks to the net. Anything happens, it's playoff hockey, pucks to the net, pucks to the net, pucks to the net, and there you have one right there.
Pucks in traffic. And like you said, playoff hockey, it's always those little fine details. That's what it always comes down to. And of course, regular season playoff hockey, nobody wants to make a mistake ever, but it's a team that capitalizes on those mistakes that usually has most of the success.
It's a team that's focused on details here. Right now, Valley Stream is on point with their detail. They're playing smart hockey. They're getting into lanes. They're packing the middle.
And just like that, Goldstein from the point, traffic in front. The Cyclones are on the board. Just like you were saying, Coach, traffic in front, pucks on net, test Algazzini, and that one from the point squeaks right through the 5-hole.
It's a good answer.
Very good response for the Cyclones. The goal for them, their first of the game, coming less than a minute after the Storm just got on the board. Like you said, how do you respond that next shift? They responded with a goal. Now a chance to build from that, build your confidence, and build some momentum. Still plenty of hockey to be played tonight. It's the assistant captain, Conroy, who moves it to Villaro. Conroy walks, shoots wide, kicks hard off the wall, and then stick save by Schmidt.
It's a big save right there.
Big bounce off that kick plate. Right into the wheelhouse of Villaro, and a turnover forced by Johnson. Just couldn't catch up to the puck. He retreats and gets it to start the regroup. Defended by Villaro as F1. Scarcella there. Got a piece of it. Villaro stops up, takes a bump. Conroy first there after the dump in. Gloving that one. Schmidt takes the whistle. 11:58 on the clock here in the second period.
Rockville Center certainly has the firepower to close this gap. You get guys like Nick Johnson, you got a Matty Regan. Guys like that are really, they have the ability to put the puck in the net at any time.
Yep, and you said it's just about generating those opportunities, finding a way as Schmidt blockers one out of play. Finding a way to get yourself into those areas and generate those chances for yourself. You know, you and I, we've both been around this game for a pretty long time, and you don't get chances usually just pop up out of thin air for you. You got to work hard. You got to get to those spots in the ice.
It's got to be that mentality. You got to be willing to sacrifice. It's playoff hockey here. If you're not willing to sacrifice, I'm not sure you're going to be willing to win.
Yeah, like we always say, the teams that usually come out and are lifting the trophy at the end of it all are the teams that won their 50-50 battles, focused on the little details the best, and were consistent.
Oh, absolutely.
It's Algazzini. Makes a nice move behind the net. And a stretch pass just out of reach of Zoles. This one going to be an icing. A good look there from Algazzini.
I think for Valley Stream, it's going to be guys like Billy Algazzini and James Steinberg and Scorsella. They're going to be able to play, you know, this every other shift and go for the full 45 minutes. You know, that's where it comes in. The depth comes into play here. You know?
Certainly. And like we said in the first period, Can't win with just 1, 2, 3 guys. It's a team game. That's why hockey's the most team sport there is, because you need everybody on your bench. You need depth. And it's not always that everybody's contributing on the ice. You have players in your team contribute by being on that bench, by being in support, by being vocal leaders. And that's the great thing about hockey is you have so many different people that influence the game in so many different ways.
Absolutely. It's a team game.
Regan gets the puck from Schmidt, a flip, gets past Algazzini, and now Sobel, 3-on-2, enters the zone. Outside, Iliot shot deflected by Sobel, but wide. Plays it back to the slot. And it was Pat Algazzini who paddled it to Steinberg. Steinberg carries in, but the Storm went offside.
I like that 3-on-2 by Rockville Center there. Yeah, good center lane drive, puck to the net, deflection. Yeah, just wide, but those are the chances they're going to need.
It was a very good look. And they're generating more of those looks here in this first 4 minutes and 18 seconds of the second period, almost than they were in the first. They definitely have their legs under them now, and you can see, especially with that goal, they're more confident.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like Coach Bragley has said in the first period, this is the first meeting between these two teams. RVC playing in the Varsity Conference 2, Valley Stream playing in the Varsity Conference 1, 16-game seasons. As that one goes off the post, it's always interesting because there is that feeling out process through the first couple minutes of the game. SL, and great job by Conroy there. He puts that puck essentially in the same spot that he put his first goal. Low blocker right along the ice, and an excellent move getting from outside to in to create that shooting lane for himself.
Yeah, it starts with a play in the defensive zone, smooth breakout, clean out. They go up the ice and score.
Get rewarded on the other side. Can the Cyclones respond quickly like they did last time? Finnegan enters. Gets it onto his backhand. Pass initially blocked. Chikvanaya behind the net. Try to cycle it. Bones there first. Fink not out. Played into the front. It's Christopher Bone who intercepted the pass. He'll spin it hard at the boards. Again, held in front of the Cyclone bench. Another pass blocked, and this time the Storm do clear. A poke check between the blue and the red. Brendan Rose. Now he gets possession back once more. Hits Finnegan. Goldstein ahead. Sent long. This one won't be on net. Icing called. Ozone draw. Coming once again here for Rockville Center.
You know, Trev, I think Rockville Center might be squeezing their sticks a little too tight here, looking for that fine play, and they need to get back to basics, back to those, those little things that they were doing where they started to get some momentum.
It's almost as if we saw their confidence go way up after they scored that goal, and then that fourth from Conroy kind of just sank them back down a little bit. They got to find a way to not let the highs and lows affect them too much. Got to try to stay consistent all the way through the full 45. Generating those chances for yourself as Steinberg takes a bump from Regan. Came off the half wall. Schmidt will just put his glove over it, say, let's take a whistle here, slow the game down a little bit. Well, you know Rockville Center has certainly surpassed their first period shot total. Can they add more goals as the time continues to tick on? As Steinberg trying to stick one 5-hole. Pops in the air and Schmidt gloves it. We're at 7:48 left in the second, so we're almost at the halfway point of this game, and the Storm are up 4-1. We saw the Cyclones get a little bit of that confidence and momentum in their direction, but Conroy's second goal of the night has firmly placed it back in the side of the Storm. It's kept in. Now a mini 2-on-1 to Steinberg. A poke check, and Algazzini went off the post. Great chance there, and a big collision just in front of us between Zoles and Stalzer. And now it's headman to Algazzini, who's driving in. Taken down, penalty gets called. And the first power play of the night at 7:22 in period 2 will be going for Valley Stream.
That was our first big hit of the night.
Yeah, and the collision here at the red line as Johnson gets called for a hook led to the chance for Algazzini going the other way, where he draws the penalty and helps his side get a power play chance. Again, just the first power play of the game for either team.
Rockville Center's been real good with the man down this year. They haven't given up too many power play goals. They haven't given up too many shorthanded goals. So that's important. So they're going to need to kill this one off. Kill one, score one, get themselves right back in the game.
Tying across. One-timer wide. And again, special teams, a penalty kill, a strong penalty kill. Again, something that can help you gain momentum and confidence as Algazzini pops into the high slot. Takes a shot that goes off a couple bodies and wide. Steinberg out of the corner. Started to roll middle, now a scissor play with Zoles. Gets to the center point, off a stick and wide. Algazzini scoops off the back wall. Seam pass, Steinberg couldn't get the shot through.
It's a tough play for a righty there. If he's a lefty, it's probably in the back of the net.
Lefty, right in the wheelhouse. Righty, like you said, tough shot there because it's almost just a shovel play. It's not really like you're getting much muscle on it.
No, it's a tough one. It's a tough play to make there. That's why you typically like to put a left-handed stick on that side of the ice and set them up for the one-timer.
Left of Schmidt, 6:42. Algazzini walks forward, comes back to Zoles. Kicked away by Schmidt. Rose slaps it around, held in. Conroy takes a shot. Glove save made by Schmidt.
It's a good save by Schmitty there. Slows the game down. We got about a minute to go here. RVC needs a clear.
Yeah, force the Storm to break the puck out as Algazzini wins another draw. It's been very strong on this power play at the faceoff dot. It's played off the wall to him. He'll walk to the point, switches spaces with Tyne, now leaves it for him. The left-hand defenseman across. Zoles shoots it high and wide. Pops right to Tyne, though. Back up top. Behind the back pass wouldn't go. Cyclones clear. Numbers ahead, potentially too many, and now
got a delayed penalty
coming. Shot save, Conroy rebound. Trying to go 5-hole, stuffed up. Cyclones touch the puck. And a brief 5-on-3 power play coming. Roughing call on Regan.
27 seconds, a 5-on-3. They're going to try and play that puck over to Steinberg on his offside there for the one-timer. Although I think they've made a change, they pulled him off.
And Steinberg has been all over the sheet, just hasn't got a goal yet tonight. Conroy on hat-trick watch. He was the only member of that unit who did not change, stays out here for this 5-on-3. There's the clear for the Cyclones. And just 10 seconds left on the penalty to Johnson. He gets ready to come out. It's Tyne leading the rush. Tyne, nice fake, takes a shot, glove stops Schmidt. Rebound stays behind, Johnson out of the box, in front, Conroy scores! Hat-trick goal, 5-1 for the Storm.
It's a big power play goal right there.
Right as Johnson came out of the box, so it goes in as a 5-on-4 power play goal. Conroy, he had 3 in the regular season. He's got 3 tonight.
It's playoff time, Travis. How often you see that in the pros? Guys, all of a sudden, you know, third, fourth line guys, not a lot of points during the season, and next thing you know, they're lighting it up.
Johnson wraparound try wouldn't go, and like we keep talking about, depth, depth, depth. It's not always your number one guy who's going to score the big goal for you. And Conroy proving that tonight. Cam is having a Sunday he's going to remember for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
Regan carrying it in. Makes a nice move through the middle. And right off the mask of Algazzini. Pops to Johnson. And Algazzini pops back to his feet and makes the save. That's a goaltender battling right there.
He's tough to beat.
Not easy. And a good response on that shift from the Cyclones after giving up that goal. They had the puck in the offensive zone for most of it. And now we'll get an O-zone draw here with some fresh legs. Back to Goldstein. Slap shot off a stick. Played in front. Ilyich lost it in his skates. It's still free. And swipe to the boards. Goldstein steps into one. Went wide. We got 4:30 left here in period 2. Got a great crowd here at the TOB in Bethpage as Algazzini picks it up 2-on-1. Across for Steinberg, but the one-timer went over the net. Good feed from Algazzini. Goldstein first to it. Trying to go around the board. Zoles will pinch down, get there first, finds Algazzini. Poke checked away. Kick to Ilyich. Played off the boards in space for Goldstein. He'll race into it, trying to split 2. Got sandwiched and lost the puck. Steinberg ahead. Algazzini catches up to it. Tucks the shoulder for Steinberg. He scores! 6-1 now for Valley Stream. And I think we got penalties called here, Coach.
Couldn't really see from our vantage point what went on down in that corner.
I saw a whistle. I heard a whistle. And I saw orange armbands pointing.
Looks like Valley Stream's the only one getting a penalty here.
So it's a roughing call.
We just talked about Steinberg, too.
We did. He said he's been all over the sheet. Hasn't got on the board yet. And he just got his first of the night there.
I had him in a spring team tournament a couple years ago and had the pleasure of coaching him there. And I knew he's a good player, but until I got to see him up close and personal and work with him in practice, you realize what kind of player he is.
He's one of those gritty guys who kind of does it all. Defensively, offensively, scored 13 goals this season in the regular season. Adds one tonight as the Cyclones continue to try to set their power play up. Rose shoots it, fought off by Algazzini. A backhand try, denied once again. And Valley Stream clear to the red. Regan over. Coming through the middle, it's Rick. Cyclones enter on side. Johnson and Steinberg getting a battle, and it's Steinberg who chops it out. It's the captain, Johnson, with the puck once more. A head fake. Enters the zone, swiped away, but it pops right to Regan. He'll cut middle, And it goes right off the glove of Algazzini. Johnson flips it for Regan into the corner. Jason Rick, a D-to-D pass. Johnson looking for the odd angle shot again off a twig. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Lawler. Regan for Johnson. Johnson walking outside of the cage. Tyne trying to clear, went off the calf of Steinberg, and actually I think he got caught up in his equipment. So we get a whistle, face-off stays in
Their mentality early.
I mean, like you said, I like to think of it as one shot. You just need one shot to get us going. Like we keep hard on for him. Shot go 2-on-1 out of the corner, off the backhand, and no shot. Ahead for Villaro.
4-on-1.
Villaro with numbers, shoots it, and Schmidt will make the save. Plenty of numbers there for the Storm. You see what Schmidt was trying to do. He wasn't trying to go short side. He was trying to go to that far side to generate the rebound. Just got a little bit under the puck too much on the shot.
Yeah, especially with numbers going to the net. You're looking for that pass off pad and create a rebound.
He's in the slot, getting a good chop at it. Was Karan, he clears. Gets deflected into the zone. First back to it, Regan. Algazzini keeps it in, takes a bump from Regan. Final minute of the second, Algazzini walking off the wall. Puck protecting as he gets tied up against the boards. Drags it out. Went to go walk and shoot. We get a whistle as the net came off its moorings.
I think we're in the crease there, Travis.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you. I'll be honest with you. I can't say I've seen in the crease very often recently.
No,
one of
they
those
don't call
rare
it
ones
much.
that.
No, not much. And that's the toughest part. You got guys on top of you. As a goalkeeper, it's tough to get your bearings and move around in that blue paint when there are guys on top of you.
Yeah. And because it's not called much, that tells me it was the right call.
Yeah.
Out in the corner with just 20 seconds left. Algazzini again trying to just drive his feet north right up the boards. We've got multiple players from each side tied up now. 10 seconds left. It's touched down the ice. Will it have the legs? No icing. And that'll do it for the second period. Came into this one, into the second period, I should say, 2-0 for Valley Stream. We're going to enter the third period with the score 6-1. Storm, again, finding a lot of success offensively. Cyclones, they were getting their chances. Still tough to beat Pat Algazzini.
Absolutely, he's tough to beat. And you gotta make sure you get him moving. You gotta make him uncomfortable. And if you don't do those things, he sees puck straight up, he's stopping it.
And on the other side, you got to tip your cap to John Schmidt as well. He's made a lot of tough saves tonight, but when you're getting constantly a lot of traffic, a lot of pressure, a lot of shots on you, can't keep them all out of the net.
Johnny's been under pressure, and then he's on the attack constantly here. He's had to face traffic in front, odd man rushes. It makes it tough for a goalkeeper.
Couple deflections, couple rebounds, and again, a Cam Conroy hat trick. He's having a great game tonight. Mentioned it. He only had 3 in the regular season. He's got 3 tonight. What a start to the playoffs for him. We've got 15 minutes left in this game. Again, it's not all going to come at once for the Cyclones, but there's still plenty of time for them to mount this comeback. It's all about the attitude and the effort that they bring into the face-off that starts this frame.
And listen, you're going to have to tip your hat, too, to Valley Stream. They've been able to keep their big guns of Rockville Center. They've minimized the opportunities they've had. They've minimized their possession of the puck. And that's good game plan by them.
Yeah, they've really limited what those big guns have been able to do.
Absolutely. And now they got a 5-goal lead, 15 minutes to go. They're going to try to lock it down, maybe take away the middle of the ice, maybe run some type of trap. Keep all 5 Rockville center guys in front of them. Quick out, smart plays on defense, use the glass. Anytime you're in trouble, take advantage of the icings, reset.
Make sure the game's played at your pace,
Absolutely.
not the Cyclones' pace. The Cyclones quickly fire it right on goal, and just 8 seconds into the period, we'll take an offensive zone draw.
You're going to expect Rockville Center to have, their big guns out probably every other shift.
And wouldn't be surprised they're taking chances right from the get-go here. As it's out front, pops out to the point. Reagan drags, changes the angle. One off a stick. Johnson looks to cycle. Bones there, knocked down by Rick. Played across to the high slot. Algazzini picks it on the backhand. Drop pass to Steinberg. Steinberg blocked. Stays with it though, still defended by Rose. Regan with a nice takeaway. Reverses to Rose and gets it back. Carries down and Schmidt gets to the top of his blue paint to make the wall. Cyclones, they do clear, but a turnover forced right in front of their bench. Back up top, bounces. Lets it go around to Val. Conroy picks up the puck, flips it across, using the reach to poke it to the corner. Still a bouncing puck. Cyclones look to take advantage of it. Polyakov cutting wide, just angled into the boards. Good defensive play. I think that was Jack Lawler. Storm once again trying to get it in deep. 2.5 played in the third. Good solo take by Chikvanaya, before he was eventually forced to the half wall. It's kicked back in, delayed offside. Conroy for Valaro. Smacks it into the zone, they'll make a change. Stalzer around his own net. Another pass intercepted. Turnover forced behind the goal line. Valley Stream looking to capitalize, but Regan swoops in and will take the puck. Carries wide. Again, forced into the corner, looking for a pass lane. Rose will pinch. Back for Regan. Nice move. Regan shoots. He scores! 6-2 game. 11:28 to play here in regulation.
Just getting the puck to the net. It's a good shot there by Matty Regan.
Shows off a little bit of skill. Flipped in. Rose over to Johnson again, coming off that big goal. How do the Cyclones respond? Steinberg right into the glove of Schmidt.
Good glove there by Schmitty.
RVC, it's all about building now. Building from that goal.
A one-at-a-time mentality here.
Getting pucks into that offensive zone, getting traffic, getting shots.
No. Valley Stream's just going to want to possess, continue to hound on the forecheck, force those turnovers, and then possess.
And Zoles forced that turnover. He knocked a pass down and puts a wrister off the outside of the post.
Just want to keep it simple here.
Another turnover. Zoles right into the gut of Schmidt. Like you said, keeping it simple, not forcing things as Algazzini gets a pass at the high slot. Phenomenal shift from the Storm. Steinberg spins off the wall. Backdoor for Zoles. He fights off some pressure.
Saved by Schmitty.
Great save down in the splits. Pops to Steinberg, swiped away from him. That one goes wide. Zoles bumped by Rick. Algazzini intercepts. Carries in, leaves for Steinberg. Steinberg snaps one wide. Another one from the point. Off the stick of Schmidt, and he gets across to make the save on Algazzini.
Another big save by Schmitty. You can see, though, Travis, you see the IQ of Algazzini. Stands right there, right in front of the middle of the ice. He knows time. He knows score. He knows where the puck has got to get through. He makes that, forces that turnover there, brings it back, and gives Steinberg a good chance to score.
Sobel with a great jump off the draw. 2-on-1 chance. Dishes it, but Conroy on the back check. Phenomenal play. A 2-on-1 turns into no shot there for the Cyclones due to the great job from Valley Stream working back defensively. Ron, Ilyich to the middle, blocker save. Another stop by Algazzini, that one forced behind. Another one from the point. Cyclones trying to send pucks to the net at a high volume here. Villaro pokes it, slides it across for Conroy. Just couldn't get much on the one-timer. Schmidt sticks it away. Conroy up top for Tyne. Plenty of space to walk it in. A penalty being called. Chance in front. They score! Villaro! And it's 7-2 for the Storm now. That one comes as we had a delayed penalty in the process coming out in front of the net. It's going to negate that call. Storm, I'm sure, are happy to take the goal.
I'll take the goal every time.
Build that lead and continue to let that clock keep ticking. Right, you take the goal, you go on the power play. It's not a guarantee you're going to score on that power play.
That's true. I'll take the goal every time. Again, it's a puck to the net. Takes a bounce out in front. And then it turns into a goal.
Yep, another one where Storm in the right spot in the slot. They're getting into the right areas, those grade A scoring areas. And again, it's not like Schmidt's getting beat on the first shot. Most of these goals, it's the second or third opportunity for the Storm, which you got to give them credit for sticking with it.
Absolutely. They stuck to their game. They haven't gotten away from it. They've made it real difficult on Johnny.
Johnson, nice move through the middle. That's off the head of Algazzini, then it hits the bar. Rick takes a check. Johnson, half wall, toe drag. Trying to look for Regan in the slot, didn't get to him. Stalzer holds it in. That shot blocked. Johnson, a toe drag, and another. Slide, Stalzer, not much on it. It's Regan who's gonna spin and shoot. Missed the net. Almost came off the back of the skate of Algazzini. Got 7:40 left in the third. A high flip long. It's gonna hit a patch of snow, no icing. Quick up for Johnson as the Storm trying to make a change. He'll drop it for Regan. And just stopped up by Nicholas Bone. Doesn't always have to be the biggest hit, Coach, but if you do your job, separate man from puck, you win the battle.
That's right, get in the way. Get in the way.
That's all you really gotta do. It's never really about those big bone-crushing hits. It's just about getting in the way, angling correctly.
So anytime you force a turnover, you've done your job. Then you take the puck off their stick, even on a dump, it becomes a 50-50 puck. Got a chance to win possession.
100%. Regan trying to make a move. Offensively knocks Bone to the ice, but Algazzini following it up. Will one-hand it out. Chopped in by Mahalik, and Algazzini never stops moving his feet. And draws a penalty. Energizer bunnies, just always going. Every time you look at him, just full stride and at the same pace.
Oh, always. Like I said, I've had 4 years, Billy playing for me, and I seen an improvement from when he was 14 to now he's going to be turning 18. The transformation of that kid's game is unbelievable. I mean, the things that he does, he kills penalties, he plays on a power play, and he does all those real well. You know, he's a reliable guy in the last 5 minutes of a game. You saw, you see he's got good positioning through the middle of the ice. He reads the play well. And listen, he's a big part of this 7-2 game here. I mean, Conroy, too, he gets 3 goals in the game. He's doing something right. So hats off to these guys.
100%. And seems like Regan picked up a couple extra penalties as well. I think he's being told to leave the penalty box now.
Looks like he got a 2 and 10.
Yeah, we'll see what the official call is, but I think you're right, Coach. I think it's a 2 and 10. Penalties are still getting implemented into the system, so as soon as we get that, we will relay that information for you, but it is Regan who took the penalties, getting sent off right now. So like you said, Coach, I would presume it's 2 and 10 with 6:35 to go. We do have a 2-up on the board. And now coaching staff going to get the explanation.
I don't know, Travis, unless he got game misconduct, with the amount of time, anything could happen. This is 10-minute misconduct, 12 minutes, goes to overtime, a second overtime. He's eligible to play. So
oh, yeah.
It may bring him back. I don't know. I know they're trying to work it out right now. Well, that would be 3 penalties. He didn't get a 4th, so if he had 4 penalties, that would be reason to exit the game, but I think it's only 3 on the score sheet there.
Yeah, he got called for a roughing penalty earlier in the game, back in the second period, but again, we'll get the official word. We'll relay that information for you guys at home. Nonetheless, it's a power play here for the Storm with 6:35 remaining in regulation. Steinberg rolls up top, kicks to Bone. Bone across. Conroy starts driving, leaves to Zoles. Looking to go through the seam. Bone back across. He'll stick with it. Plays covered. I'll say run it up, but it shows that they have a desire to continue to push and win. And they understand it's playoff hockey. And they could be in a situation where it could be them down like this. And they're the ones trying to fight back and come back. And this could be his preparation for a mentality of you don't stop until that final buzzer.
I agree with you, absolutely. Just talking from a tactical standpoint.
100%.
Games like this, you want to keep your guys out of trouble. You don't necessarily want to crash the net at this point in time. You don't want anybody taking any penalties that could affect them, going further into the next round. So
certainly,
you know what you're saying, and I agree. You never want to take your foot off the gas because maybe that leads to the next game, but you also want to keep your guys, safe.
100%. 100%. And Storm's, again, doing a great job on this power play, moving the puck, snapping it around, finding tape as Johnson says, enough of this, I want to go, before it's poked away. Algazzini back in. He'll take a shot. Schmidt denies him. 2-1. We return to 5-on-5 hockey. We got 4:30 to go in this game. Lawler will go back and scoop it from Algazzini. Goes ahead to Steinberg, who brings it right back. Couple crossovers now with some speed. Steinberg walks into the zone, goes wide. A lot of heat on that wrist shot.
Yes, indeed.
Played out front into the high slot now for Zoles. Another chance for him. Schmidt makes another big save. Again, and a big reason, you keep mentioning it throughout the game, a big reason the Storm have had so much success is they've limited the RVC big guns. Like right there, you see Johnson, he gets a full head of speed, looking for a chance for himself, poked away at the red line, doesn't even get a chance to get any offense going.
Yeah. I mean, you saw their two defensemen, they closing the space, closing it up, not allowing it to get through that middle of the ice. They're staying inside the dots. They make it difficult, you know, and you got to take that puck wide, create a little bit, hope you get a trailer to create some offense, but Valley Stream did a real good job of swallowing up the middle of the ice.
Yep. And again, like we talked about, these playoff games, they're won in the corners, 50-50 battles, and in between the blue lines in the neutral zone. And Valley Stream has done an excellent job, especially with the 50-50 battles tonight.
Yeah, listen, they hounded every puck. You know, they hounded on the forecheck. They hounded in the defensive zone. And that's what it takes, especially in games like this when you don't really know your opponents. You don't know what they're going to bring to the table. So, you know, those are the simple things that, you know, he said they don't require much skill.
No.
It just requires heart.
Hard work, heart, and the right attitude. Is a nice pass from Conroy looking for Valaro on the back door. Schmidt read that one the whole way. Again, we'll cover it up. 3:09 remaining in this game. Again, first of 3 games tonight here in Bethpage at the town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center, as Johnson looking to split again.
Right,
this time it works. Algazzini out with a diving poke. Was forced Johnson into the corner, and the Cyclones could not capitalize. Dumped in by Bone. Delayed penalty coming.
That's a frustration penalty right there, Travis.
Definitely.
Right in front of the referee, shooting the stick away from the opposing player.
And you got to give credit to Algazzini, the aggressiveness.
You know,
Saw it was just him and Johnson and decided, you know what, let's try it.
Yeah, listen, longtime friends, the Algazzinis and the Johnsons. So, you know, that's a little exciting there, especially for me, seeing guys like that compete against each other.
Yeah.
Seeing Patty challenge Nikki is that's a lot of fun for me. That's for sure.
Great flip pass there from Johnson. The backhander off the shoulder of Algazzini. He forced it in behind. Johnson, nice toe drag. He spins and fires. Again, Algazzini shuts the door. Dives on top of the puck. Covers up. There was a delayed penalty on Logan Fink, so we'll go into 4-on-4 hockey here. A lot of credit to the Cyclones. They just generated all of that shorthanded.
Yeah.
And because of their hard work and effort, drew a penalty, now get back to even strength with some 4-on-4 hockey, a lot of open ice. Point for Rose, he'll walk. Punched away.
Nice shot
by
there.
Algazzini. Good traffic in front, provided by Johnson and Rick. Stretched to Johnson. Drops it behind his back, enters the zone. Looking to make a move, a drag. Foiled up, cleared down by the Storm. Won't have the juice, no icing. Rose gets there. He'll have plenty of space to skate it as the Storm are in the midst of a change. Rose, left side. Stops out in the corner. Had it knocked away, and it's Algazzini off the bench, who I'm sure loves having the open ice and freedom of 4-on-4 hockey. Carrying wide. Nice play, Johnson. Lost his edge, but makes a great defensive stick play. Algazzini dangles in, takes the shot, but puts it off the post. Johnson just posts up in the corner. Now looking to go long. Took a hop, no icing. Jason Rick first to it. Looking back door. Didn't get there. Stalzer walks into it off the glove of Algazzini. Final minute here in this game. Kept in by Stalzer. He'll go down low. Pops over the stick of Algazzini. Back across. Algazzini's just going to fire it down. Icing gets waved. Stalzer's first to it. 30 seconds remaining.
So what do we got? The matchup will be VSSL Long Beach, right? It's 3-6.
3-6, yep.
And that big upset earlier in the year by Valley Stream over Long Beach.
Yes. Yeah, we already know 4 and 5 is Half Hollow Hills and Bethpage. Looks like we're going to be looking at 3 and 6. Valley Stream taking on Long Beach. That's going to happen Wednesday right here. When the quarterfinals actually kick off on Tuesday. He'll be taking part of that. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. Valley Stream can go surround Pat Algazzini and celebrate. They pick up the win in the play-in, and they'll be booking their ticket to the quarterfinals. Like Coach Braglia just said, Wednesday night, number 6 taking on number 3, the Long Beach Marines. Tough way to go out for the Cyclones, but you got to respect and enjoy the way that they battled. They did not give up. I don't think at one point they ever threw in the towel tonight. They were fighting until the end of into the very end of this game, until that buzzer sounded. Just tough to beat Pat Algazzini, and the Storm came with a great game plan tonight to shut down the stars of the Cyclones.
I think it came down to game plan. To be honest with you, I think they did a real good job of getting pucks deep. They really forced the Rockville Center defensemen to work. They forced a ton of turnovers, and listen, you get a few goals, you start to feel real confident, and that helps with your defensive game. You score a few, you got goals on your side, and then defense kind of takes care of itself.
Again, big win for the Storm, 7-2 the final. We'll see them on Wednesday against Long Beach. Stick with us here at LISM. We got 2 more games coming up. Up next is Roslyn taking on East Meadow. On behalf of Sam Musnick, Anthony Papasadero, and Rowan Lonick, and of course, Coach Pat Braglia, I'm Travis Quigley. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you on the next stream in just a little bit.